What's up, everybody? Today we will be talking about the 2015 rookies and the impact we believe that they can make in their rookie season. I'm Justin. I'm joined with Nick and AJ, and let's get into it. And let's talk about the first two picks: Jameis Winston to the Bucks and Marcus Mariota to the Titans, 1 and 2 overall. Nick, who do you think will have a bigger impact in the rookie season?
I think Mariota have a bigger impact in the long run, but I think Winston will have a more immediate impact because he's in a better situation with his receivers being Vincent Jackson and Mike Evans. Mariota really doesn't have the offensive weapons to really succeed and be big impact in fantasy with the offense.
Yeah, I agree. They both have running abilities. Both these guys can make plays, but right now I definitely think it's Winston just due to the weapons that he has, and I don't know if Mariota has the same offense around him. The next offensive guy was Amari Cooper to the Raiders. And what do you think about this, AJ?
Amari Cooper to the Raiders, it's a nice situation for him. I think he'll see a lot of targets, especially with Michael Crabtree signing there. Takes a lot of coverage off of Cooper's way. If Crabtree didn't sign there, then maybe I wouldn't like it as much. I think you'll see targets. I wouldn't really trust him right away, maybe as a flex position or a bench player and see, which direction he goes. It's really hard with rookie receivers, but I do like it in terms of, and if it's a PPR league.
Yeah,
I don't know how many touchdowns you'll see from him.
We saw a lot of rookie wide receivers break out last season with Odell, of course, and Mike Evans, and a lot of those guys made plays this year. Amari Cooper definitely makes sense to me, that pick, because Derek Carr, young quarterback, Amari Cooper, young receiver, definitely had a great career in Alabama. Where would you target drafting him, Nick?
Maybe in 6th, 7th rounds. Like AJ said, I only think he's going to be a flex or a bench player for more better part of the season, maybe later in the season, maybe even during playoff time, fantasy playoff time. It'll be a wide receiver 3 or a flex option for you to go to.
The next offensive player that was drafted was at pick number 7 to the Bears, and this was Kevin White, 6'3", and not only as he's tall, could go up and get the ball, but he definitely has some speed. I definitely like this pick, and out of all the rookies that were mostly drafted early, whether Cooper, Kevin White has already pretty much developed quarterback, and Jay Cutler, I wouldn't say he's elite, but he's definitely developed, and they just lost Brandon Marshall, and you know that Jay Cutler likes to give his receivers 50-50 jump ball, 50-50 jump balls, and they got Alshon Jeffrey on the other side, and they got Forte, good pass catcher, good tight end. I definitely think he can make a lot of plays in this offense.
I agree. I think he's definitely in an offense with Alshon Jeffrey that I think they could both tear it up and score a touchdown since the Bears. Jay Cutler likes to give his receivers a shot, like you said, and he's 6'3". He's going to go up and get the ball and score his touchdown.
I definitely think he could be the top fantasy rookie receiver. I think he could emerge as a wide receiver 2 eventually. Where would you draft this guy, AJ?
I think he will be the top rookie receiver, like you said. I gotta agree with you there. Exactly in terms of where I'm taking him. If it's a PPR league, you target mid-round, 7th, 8th, 9th, just depending on how the draft board falls. Maybe get him a little later. You'll definitely see his target. He'll see his fair share of opportunities and targets. It's, as a rookie receiver, are you able to make the most of them?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I would definitely look at him in the mid rounds. Maybe I would take him a bit higher than you. Maybe I would take him around maybe the 6th round, depending how your draft falls. I'm that high on him. And the next offensive guy that was taken was at pick 10, the Rams. I don't know if this pick makes much sense to me. They got Todd Gurley. They already had Trey Mason. What do you think about this pick, Nick?
Rams running backs really haven't been consistent in the past, like Zach Stacy and Trey Mason, which is why I'm gonna wait a little bit longer on Todd than some people are. I think. I'm going to wait on him to about the 6th or the 7th. I'm not taking him any higher.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know about him this year. I think he definitely has more value in dynasty leagues. AJ, what would you trust this guy as?
It's so hard to trust NFL running backs, especially first rounders who just don't have a big track record unless you're looking at like an Adrian Peterson. Trey Mason, he's a real special talent, but he's coming off an injury. It's really hard for me to trust the rookie running backs, though. I probably, unless you're getting a steal, some really good value for him late in the draft, I'm not even touching Gurley, to be honest.
I'm definitely higher on the next running back that was taken, Melvin Gordon. I think he has a much better I think he definitely has a much better chance at success. Honestly, they have Danny Woodhead, but he's more of a pass catching guy. They lost Ryan Matthews, who's now on the Eagles. I think he's definitely going to be the bell cow, as you could say, for the Chargers. It's usually on Philip Rivers' hands, but I think that Melvin Gordon will definitely be able to take some pressure off of him and will definitely be able to become the main guy in the Chargers. As Trey Mason was there for St. Louis, where I don't know if Todd Gurley could be that every down back that Melvin Gordon can be. I think Melvin Gordon is going to be the top rookie drafted in this fantasy season. What do you guys think?
I agree. I'm honestly might look for him in the fifth, sixth, seventh rounds. I really like him. I think he's gonna score his touchdowns, and he's gonna get a lot of yards. Like you said, it's gonna take the pressure off Philip Rivers, and he's gonna hand the ball to Gordon, and Gordon's gonna have big games.
I definitely think he could emerge as a running back too. Honestly, I think he definitely has a lot
flex.
of talent.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I wouldn't draft this guy and trust him as a number 2 immediately. I would draft him as a flex. If you get him as a flex, I definitely think he has a talent to emerge as a 2.
Yeah, I would try a flex, and if you get him at a bench player, that's great.
The Dolphins drafted Devontae Parker, a guy who might be overshadowed with the top, with Amari Cooper, Kevin White, some of the top rookie receivers. What do you think about him, AJ?
I think he lands in an interesting situation there in Miami. I don't know how much in terms of fantasy value he's worth. Just because they have, I know they had Jarvis Landry last year. I know they signed another receiver. Who'd they sign? They got rid of Mike Wallace and signed this guy, Kenny Stills, right? Was it Kenny Stills?
Kenny Stills.
They got Kenny Stills, and then they signed the other tight end from
Jordan Cameron.
And they lost Charles Clay. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if he's gonna just see the targets to be productive this year in a rookie season. He might catch on late, but I just don't know if he's going to see the targets this year.
I agree.
I definitely think Nelson Aguilar, the next receiver that was taken, has a bit more value due to the fact they lost Rashawn McCoy, they lost Macklin. Him and Jordan Matthews could be a nice duo there. A new quarterback and a new quarterback for that system there in Philly. In Sam Bradford, I definitely think Zach Ertz also could be a deep sleeper. What do you think about Nelson Aguilar compared to the rest of the rookie receivers?
Compared to the rest of the rookie season, I feel that he falls right behind Cooper, maybe. Because I think he is going to get his target with the weapons leaving Philadelphia, and Sam Bradford's going to look to target him.
AJ, this guy might be able to break out. He's definitely someone you're not really looking at earlier in the mid-round. Someone you could pick late in the draft maybe as a deep sleeper. Do you think he has breakout potential like Odell Beckham did last season?
No, I don't. It's just because, with the Philadelphia offense, well, you got question marks at quarterback right away. You don't know which Sam Bradford you're getting. You don't know which Mark Sanchez you're getting. And then you saw Mark Sanchez come in last year, and, he really favored Jordan Matthews, and it looked like Jordan Matthews ready to break out in the next game. He's putting up 1 reception, 2 reception, and, it's wasting a fantasy spot if you started him. So I'm not really trusting Aguilar.
How about Brashard Perryman?
I do like Perryman a little bit more. I know he's going to be replacing. Who did they lose? They lose Torrey Smith.
Yeah.
They lost Torrey Smith, so it opens up a little bit more opportunity for Perryman. I mean, he does have that speed to really open up the field. I mean, it's just really hard to say with rookies. You're not really knowing what you got until they go out there and actually perform.
Yeah, the next guy that was taken was Philip Dorsett to the Colts. And this pick, I don't know how much it makes sense now because they have Moncrief. They just signed Andre Johnson. He's very similar to T.Y. Hilton. But I think if you're in a dynasty league, it makes a lot more sense to take this guy just due to the fact because Andrew Luck, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's young. They're trying to get him as many weapons as possible. But this is T.Y. Hilton's last year under contract for the Colts. I don't know how long Andre Johnson's going to be there. So if they lose T.Y. Hilton, lose Andre Johnson, this guy is going to be a star in that offense with Dante Moncrief.
He's going to get a lot of targets if they do indeed lose Hilton and Andre Johnson down the line. But this year, I don't know how I really like him in just regular non-keeper leagues or non-dynasty leagues. But in the dynasty leagues, if you see this guy late, like 10th round, I would definitely go and get him.
Yeah, this guy's definitely a late round flyer. I don't know if I would touch him early.